I am Cindy Briggs. I am in Utah, and so it's 7 in the morning for me. And I'm really excited to work with Phoebe and Palette Exchange. We're collaborating. So what I love about Phoebe is she is reaching out to, you know, Europe and Asia and getting as much of many people as we can in North and South America. What my plan is today is to show you how I would draw this with a pen so you can see my drawing process. And I call it a quick sketch. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I would draw with a pen. So you can see I've drawn and I've drawn over again. You don't have to have a perfect line. In fact, it's actually more interesting sometimes when you repeat your line, and that suggests the folds in the beautiful hibiscus. See that?
So I noticed that you're drawing on a journal.
I am. This is an Etcher Signature Series journal with 140-pound cold press paper.
Okay.
And I just wanted to show you how you could draw this and not stress. Just get into the drawing. It's going to look like a hibiscus, even if you don't quite get it right.
Right.
Okay. This line should probably be more like here. So see, I even correct it as I go. It'll work. You don't have to have a perfect line. I'm going to go ahead and add a few of these leaves. You'll notice that, if I want something to be a little longer or rounder, I can come in and adjust with my lines. The idea is let the line tell the story. And I love teaching this way because it helps you relax. And if you're drawing with a pencil, you can do the same thing. And what's nice about the pencils, you can erase any lines you don't like. Okay, the colors I'll be using are New Gamboge. I may use some lemon yellow. So those are my bright, warm, and cool yellows. And when I mix my color, I'm looking at about the consistency right here of milk to coffee. And what do I mean by that? I'll show you. Rose is another color I'll be using. So there's rose. And you may have different colors. Just work with what you've got. So what do I mean by those different values? And those of you who have painted with me, you know what I mean. But I always like to do this. If you start with a milk consistency, that is like a medium value. Okay, then by adding more water, there'll be a thinner consistency. So I call this coffee. It could be soda, skim milk, whatever you want to use. And this will be lighter. See that? Then add water, more water, and it's like herbal tea, very thin and even lighter. Then cream is very thick. Now there are other layers that you can do, but this works pretty well. So now you can see 4 values. Good. So when I mix a puddle, it tends to be in this zone. If I'm up here all the time, it gets too dense and you lose the luminosity. So this is orange. I'll be using that color. Pyro orange. You can mix orange with your yellow and your rose if you don't have that. And then I have a couple greens. This is phthalo, yellow, green, and I have green apatite. And those will be my main colors. This will be wet on wet, and I'm going around the stamen. I'll leave that alone till the very end. There's the yellow, maybe some on the end. The orange. Remember, vary the shape so it looks more organic. And the rose, right in here. It's right in that center.
Which yellow are you using, Cindy?
What was that?
Which yellow are you using?
New Gamboge. If you don't have New Gamboge, use your lemon yellow or maybe a cadmium yellow, just a nice warm yellow. There, see that?
他今天用的黄色就是柠檬黄和印度黄。
My consistency is milk, and when I put it on wet on wet, it lightens up to a coffee consistency. And what I'm going for in each petal is changing it up. So the colors are interesting and fluid. See, I think that can be so pretty. And you may find, I'm sorry, I'm going on. You may find that you get better at it as you work through.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. The effect, how they're mingled and mixed together.
Mm.
Yeah.
I start with my yellow or whatever colors that I want to include from the flower, and then I add green.
所以它会先加上有花的颜色，然后最后再加上绿色。就是因为花会影响到周围的绿色的，等于花是这个环境颜色，反射在这种绿叶上面，所以它先加上浅的颜色，后面再加上绿色。
And it creates a beautiful effect. So there's that reflective color.
所以您看到现在有那个光原色，这个反射在叶子上。
Okay, we're getting into the rhythm of it, aren't we, Phoebe? Yeah, I enjoyed coming to the demos that you had later in the year, last year. It's always good to see what artists are doing from different parts of the world, and every single artist, whether you're just starting or you're really you've really mastered it, you can always learn something new from watching another artist. I will go really dark right in here, really thick. This is when I get to my creamy mix. If I add neutral tint to it, it can get even deeper. See that? So this is really thick. I want that contrast right in the center. There we go.
So the tone you're using right now is the consistency of milk?
Cream.
Cream?
Okay. This is the cream right in here. I'm just adding a little bit more orange just to get a little more depth and add some texture. A little brush. I think I'll call this one vintage. I like the glow in it. Doesn't have sound, so for some reason, I don't know why not. This is the famous part of Monument Valley with the mitten over there. John Wayne named the mittens.
mittens.
Yeah, but it's just
Wow.
stunning and dramatic. The skies were amazing. And so I always say take time to paint when you're out. Isn't that gorgeous? You know, this is part of southern Utah and northern Arizona. This is the beginning of a painting that I did while I was there. And my husband's learning how to use the camera.
Yeah.
Just like I did with the waterfall, I vary my colors. And then for the first wash, and then I come in and add some of the details. So this was during the sunset, and I was literally painting it in as it was getting darker and darker. A very simple study. Right there, plain art painting. But the energy in them is so much fun, and it's really meaningful when you paint while you're there. So what I like to teach in all my classes is how to be a little more spontaneous, capture it quickly. There, you can see the sun's going down. Now, this is more of a studio painting, which takes a long time. This is what I demonstrated in Daniel Smith, a study of it. And, you know, some paintings take days and some take 20 minutes. So there's a little bit of everything in between. But I want you to see what inspires me here in the West. And what's so fun about working with Phoebe is like East meets West.
Yes.
I'm taking you to my part of the world. Well, I'll take you to Europe too, and China eventually, if you'd like to go. Let's see. Yeah, these are right. That's Montana. This is Oregon.
And when you paint outdoor, it must dry up quite fast. So you have to paint fast, right?
Well, it depends where you are. I was in Florida, and it took a long time to dry compared to Utah. So everywhere you travel can be different.
Depends on the climate.
There, thank you for letting me share that with you.